On our community tab a while back, I asked you to submit your gaming videos for review, and then I received about 1,400 plus responses. So what I've gone ahead and done is picked a small handful of examples from this list, and I believe these cover a pretty wide range of gaming content and topics. And my hope is that these reviews that we're about to do today give you some ideas as to how you can improve your own gaming videos. It's one thing for me to just sit here and tell you how to get better as a gaming creator, but I think it's far more important for you to sit down and actually look at some real examples from real creators such as yourselves. So that's what we're going to do. Let's start with our first example, and we're going to start with kind of more of a generic Let's Play example. I say generic because I would say this is like the most common type of video you're going to see when you think gaming and YouTube. I don't know how to say this name, but they're called Dunny Onion Rings or Dunny On Rings or something to that effect. They're about to hit 200 subscribers, and they have a specific video they want us to look at, but they said this in their forum response. They're basically telling us that they want to try some new things on their channel. They're trying to bring more of their personality into the content. There's been some tutorials in the past and they've done well, but this creator isn't really looking to do a lot of those. They really want the channel to be personality based. So right off the bat, what I like about this video is the packaging, in the sense that they are trying to communicate that they're doing a challenge. They're trying to get 1,000 gold. They want to stay in character. They don't want to kill anybody. The game is dark and darker. I've never played it myself, but they're doing, I would say, a pretty common challenge, which is like pacifist run. Again, it's to just not kill anyone in an otherwise violent video game. Now I'm going to hit play, but first I should probably wear some headphones for audio reasons. The way I'm going to approach this video is as a new viewer. I've just clicked on a video about a pacifist run. Am I going to get that as a new viewer the second I click on it? Let's watch these first few seconds and just kind of see how we're introduced to the content.
Greetings, fellow gamers. I've got something new here today. This is a cleric permadeath where I play as a complete pacifist at level 1. So I hope you all enjoy. I'm definitely going to make more of these. So let me know in the comments if that's what you'd like to see.
I'm going to stop it right there. So the first thing they did right is that they said, I'm going to do this pacifist run. They basically had the click payoff right away by saying what the challenge was going to be. The thing that I would say they probably shouldn't add in this case is the part where they're like, I'm going to do more of these. If that's what you want to see, leave a comment. It's just not necessarily needed. I'm already feeling like this is one of those moments in a YouTube intro where it could kind of drag on for a bit. And don't forget to subscribe and blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it's going to happen, but as a viewer, a new viewer, I'm starting to get that feeling of like, should I skip ahead? So let's just hit play. I'm not going to skip ahead yet. Let's just hit play and see if that's what happens.
Also like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye-bye. Okay, so the goal is to get 1,000.
It's not terrible. Like, also like and subscribe. Bye-bye. Saying bye when the video's starting is a bit strange, but it's okay. I'll forgive all that. They are now making their character and getting everything kind of set up. So if I just kind of scrub ahead here, they're starting to actually walk around the game, maybe at like this point. I assume the character's set up now. Let's kind of see how it goes.
Beasts of the subterranean world is not the same as killing my fellow man. James Nice.
Wait a minute. So they said something about killing somebody right away. So hold on, let me back up.
Without killing any players.
Okay. Without killing any players is the actual goal here. But then we wait a few seconds. They're in the dungeon.
Killing filthy, foul beasts of the subterranean world is not the same as killing my...
And what happens is they say, oh, well, killing things that are not people is fine. This is where I'm kind of immediately put off a little bit, because a pacifist run, in most cases, in my experience watching this type of content, you're not to kill anybody. Like, even the fact that this player picked up a weapon is already telling me, oh, like the challenge hasn't even started yet and the rules are being bent a little bit. I do want to talk about editing and the overall quality of the video a bit, but first I do really want to focus on this aspect of gaming content creation. Now, as I've said, I've never played this game. Maybe it's literally not possible to pass the tutorial level without killing this thing in front of you, which would be a valid excuse if you wanted to put that in the video. But it seems like this was a choice where they picked up this mace and they're just going to kill this beast in this dungeon. If you're going into a challenge video scenario, you might want to play ahead of time a little bit first to make sure that the beginning stages of your challenge are actually possible, because you don't want to change the rules of your challenge in the first minute of your video after you've just set them. And if the rules are going to change, you should redo your intro to add those caveats in there so people know, oh, it's a pacifist run, except they have to make an exception for this, this, and this. Got it. Personally, I'm not convinced that this creature needed to die. It seemed like it was just one of them. It seems like you can just kind of skirt around them and keep going. But, you know, they wanted some early level gear. I understand the temptation. But again, the point of these types of challenges is to not kill anything. So they're going after another one here, and it's like, it doesn't feel like a pacifist run. It feels like exactly how I would expect someone to play the game normally. The last thing I'll say about it is this. I think if you're going to do this type of video, people are expecting a lot of panic because you're running into monsters that are standing in your path, and you're going to have to react to that as the player, right? You're going to have to go, I can't kill anything, and try and run around them and do whatever you can to make it through the level, again, without killing anybody. Does that mean you miss out on some loot? Yes, but that's part of the challenge. As for general editing tips, though, I would say this video looks overall pretty good. The sound quality is really nice. There are different edits throughout the video that kind of add some pattern interrupts to just try and keep people engaged. This does feel like content that could benefit from maybe a face cam because it is so dark and there's not a lot you can do about that in a game like this. So up to the creator if that's something they want to do in the future. And for a channel with only 181 subscribers at this time, 1,700 views on a video like this is really, really good. They're definitely hitting on a topic that is of interest to this audience. The only other thing I would say is the thumbnail needs a bit of work, and it's not because the thumbnail is inherently bad, because the text there does kind of say what the video is going to be about. It's just not a great looking thumbnail. It's one of those things where I would say they should probably look up some tutorials for the photo editing software they use and just try and learn a few things to make a sharper, nicer quality thumbnail. So to sum this up from the perspective of a new viewer, the intro of this video was pretty good. It felt like I clicked on a video and it started the way I expected it to. And my biggest critique for this creator is the integrity of the challenge itself. It seems like right off the bat, it wasn't really respected, and that might be a problem for some new viewers. The next video we're looking at is actually a video essay from a channel known as General A. I talked about video essays a while back, and I really believe that this is a huge opportunity for gaming channels. On their form submission, they would let us know that they worked really hard on this, but it just didn't perform like they were hoping it would. So at the time of recording this video, they have almost 800 subscribers, and on this video alone, 335 views. It's basically an end of the year discussion about Minecraft in 2023 and what players can do to improve on the game as a whole in the next year. Right off the bat, one thing I noticed about this video was a pretty glaring issue, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I just want you to watch this intro and see if you pick up on it too.
Minecraft is an incredible game. One of the best games ever created in the world. When seeing Minecraft firsthand, some might find it unappealing with its blocky style graphic. That certainly was a turnoff for me when I was younger, but looking past the surface, we will be introduced into the realm of infinite possibilities, where basically everything is possible to do in the game. From making simple dirt house to building a whole universe, we can do it all. However, 2023 has been a tough year for Minecraft.
So, with this intro, it's 36 seconds when we get to the big sticking point for this creator and why they're writing this video essay. 2023 has been a tough year for Minecraft. And I haven't really played the game, but I do know that to be a true fact because people in the Minecraft community were really upset about a couple of different updates. I think for this video, the perfect intro would have been this. One of the best games ever created. However, 2023 was a tough year for Minecraft. They go on to say that the 1.16 and 1.18 updates were really well received. They then say that the 1.19 and 1.20 updates were not as well received. So already, less than a minute in, we're starting to get into the meat of why someone might want to watch this video in the first place. But if you want people to stick around through your video essays, it's really important that your hook is strong. And a lot of the hook of this video was spent kind of pontificating about what Minecraft is like when you first play it, and a lot of people watching already know what that's all about. They don't really need to hear you say that. I have some thoughts about the packaging as well, but I wanted to skip ahead to maybe a later chapter in the video to just kind of see, are we staying on topic and keeping people really focused and interested? Chapter 1 is the personal experience with the game, which again is more reason not to include it in the intro. Chapter 2 feels like it belongs. What made Minecraft great? What made it great in the first place? That's a really good point to touch on when you're about to roast the game in the next chapter, where you get to the mob vote. Now, this is where it gets kind of controversial. If you've played Minecraft, maybe you know what I'm talking about. Chapter 4 is accusing the developers of Minecraft of getting lazy. And then Chapter 5 seems like it wraps things up nicely with how the players can be involved in making the game great again. So without watching every minute of this video, I would say the way it's been structured as a video essay feels really good. And I feel like if people have these feelings about Minecraft, they're probably going to sit down and watch this and leave their comments and join you in this discussion. So at this stage, the assumptions I'm making is that this video has low views because the hook was very long, and the last thing we didn't touch on yet is the packaging of the video itself. The The title is You Can Make Minecraft Great Again, end of year discussion. The thumbnail doesn't really invoke Minecraft in any meaningful way. We have Uncle Sam, we want you, make Minecraft great again. But I just did a quick search of Minecraft 2023 review, and the one that sticks out to me the most is this one right here. The word boring over a beautiful Minecraft sunset. Why Minecraft isn't fun anymore. I think this is the emotion that this creator should have probably gone with the packaging for this video. The title I would have gone with personally is 2023 was a bad year for Minecraft. The thumbnail could have been a couple different things. You could have made up one of those pretend tweet thumbnails where people kind of put the name of the game or company and then something they probably didn't say on Twitter, but it was kind of similar to how people felt about it. For example, Minecraft tweeting, yeah, sorry, we screwed up. Or perhaps you could do something with the mob vote or the most controversial thing that happened. Take the mob that won, put it front and center on the thumbnail with a little bit of text. One tip I have for you though is that it's not too late to repackage this video if it's still getting impressions on YouTube. If this creator likes the ideas that I'm giving them, they can absolutely change the title and thumbnail and see if it starts to get picked up. But for all of you out there who are thinking of doing more video essays on your channels, definitely be careful. That hook is so super important. And then your story structure throughout is also going to play a crucial role into getting people to stay to the end of the video. The next channel we're going to look at is called 4 Frames Per Second. From what I can gather, this is kind of a group of friends that play games together. And the video they submitted was one that kind of disappointed them in terms of performance because they spent 10+ hours editing it and it just didn't go anywhere, even after pushing really hard to promote it using shorts and social media platforms and things like that. The game they're playing is called Lethal Company. And if you've watched any like groups of creators, you've probably noticed friends getting together and streaming this once in a while. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but it is a group recording session, and I had a very specific piece of advice for videos like this. So let's take a look.
Okay, I bought a walkie-talkie.
Messing up. Okay. Ooh, batteries.
Awesome. What do we do now?
Do anything? I don't know.
There's a thing here that says start game.
Okay. Start game, start game, start game.
Now, I'll bleep out any words that probably shouldn't be in this video. What really impressed me about this video is that the creator must have spent a lot of time just gathering the footage from all of their friends and compiling it into one video. Most of the time when I watch creators do something together, I only get to see the one perspective from the one channel I'm watching. So this must have taken a lot of work, but here's my biggest hang up. This video needed a proper intro that quickly talked about who was all going to be in it, maybe what roles they were going to be trying to take on in the game itself, and what the ultimate goal was for you as a team working together. Videos like this need some kind of stakes or some kind of story in the background that's going to keep me invested, but we didn't get anything to start this video off and get us really excited to watch more. So just to put a bow on this one, that is my biggest critique of channels that kind of play games with more than one person. Every host needs to have a bit of spotlight shined on them so a new viewer doesn't feel lost when they get into the content. The next creator we're going to look at is called Fluff Isle. Right now they're covering a game called Hello Kitty Island Adventure. They do guides and they do let's plays, all sorts of content just kind of focused around this game. The video that they sent us was one that performed better than they were kind of expecting, and they wanted some tips on how they can just improve the format going forward so that they can keep the momentum going. Now, just at 0 seconds, you can already tell there's no gameplay on screen yet. I want to focus on the packaging real quick. The video is called Hidden Secret Way to Level Up Faster Revealed, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. The thumbnail claims that there's some kind of secret and everybody who plays this game was absolutely wrong about something. So I think as a new viewer, if I'm clicking on this, my expectations are to see some gameplay and kind of get into the meat of the video maybe pretty quick. However, here's what I found really interesting about what this creator is doing. Take a look.
To talk to Chelsea, I was so excited, and then she told me everything, and then she told me I could tell you guys. So this is here.
Hello, fluffies.
Right off the bat, the in this video section kind of confused me, but let's just kind of skip that for now and get into the actual intro of the video now that we've seen the teaser.
This is going to be another news review from Discord. I do not have a lot of things to unbox today. I just want to show you a few things that I made that will be in between the things. And we have the biggest scoop coming from Chelsea herself. I'll tell you all about it later in the video.
So I'll pause it there. And what we heard is that there's not going to be any unboxings today, but this creator wants to show us some stuff that they've made. As I watched a bit more of this intro, I started to get a sense of what was going on. This creator loves this universe of Hello Kitty so much that they actually make custom clothing. And you can see the side-by-side here of the dress they're wearing and who it's based off of. I personally think this level of creativity is incredible, and it must take a lot of time to put together the wardrobe alone for these videos. But taking a look at the chapters themselves, It's when we get into the kind of confusing part about the way this video is packaged versus what we actually got when we clicked on it. So we have the gingerbread dress chapter. Then we have the Light Time Jubilee intro, which, again, as I scroll through, there's like no gameplay going on here. There's a conversation about comic books that comes up after that. Then we see 100 golden sticks, and I'm seeing some maybe like tweets and stuff pop up at the bottom there, but I'm not really sure what's going on. Now we're talking about presents that they got. And about halfway through the video is when we start to actually get into gameplay. This chapter is called New Minigame Coming, and these are the messages from Chelsea that were teased earlier in the video. Then it's about at the 12-minute mark where we talk about the big secret scoop to leveling up in the game. What am I getting at here with going over every chapter? Well, I'm not seeing any gameplay of Hello Kitty Island Adventure anywhere in this video, other than maybe a screenshot or two. When it comes to meeting expectations as a content creator, I think this video is kind of a big miss, but only for new viewers. The video already has 1,000 views, and they have about 2,000 subscribers. This creator seems to have their own Discord, and they seem very active and in touch with their community. So I don't think this creator's doing anything wrong, per se. They're sitting in a really elaborate set that does invoke Hello Kitty. They have custom outfits that are based on designs from the game. And while the packaging of the video didn't really match most of the video that we went through, it's still a really jam-packed video full of a lot of different topics that they wanted to talk about. The biggest takeaway, though, from this creator is that they've made a video that is perfect for their fans that already know them. But if I was a new viewer to this channel and I wanted to just know the hidden secret bit from the game itself, I wouldn't really be getting the value that I was hoping to get. What I would have done differently if I was this creator is the packaging would have focused on this right here. I don't think this is the exact thumbnail or anything, but I do think one side should have the character, one side should have the custom outfit. The title of this video should have been more along the lines of what was discussed in the intro of this video, which was this custom outfit. You can go into other topics from there, but to me, this was not a gaming video. This was a vlog. Nothing wrong with a vlog about video games, especially in this style, but the packaging did not quite match the content itself. Before we get into our last long-form video, I wanted to take a look at a couple gaming shorts as well. We didn't get a lot of short submissions on the forum, but the ones we did get were pretty interesting, and there's a couple of just easy tips I can give you for getting your shorts a lot more views. Let's take a look at this first one. It's pretty simple. So they climb this rope. They get on the roof. They look down. And they take care of the people who are on top of the roof. Now, if you see a short like that pop up on YouTube and you don't really know what's going on, are you even going to get to the part where people start getting shot on the rooftop? Judging by how many likes this short has, my guess is that not a lot of people made it that far. This is my first tip I'm going to give you about shorts today. You need to give people context. Watching you scale up this building, it all takes kind of a while, right? Well, here's the thing. If you read the title, it says, How to Deal with Rooftop Campers in Warzone. I think the short would have done a lot better if that title was repeated as a block of text that just kind of sat on the screen as the video is playing. Knowing that context, I feel like makes the short way better because now I understand the context for the rooftop scaling and why it's taking so long for anything to happen. That kind of text would build anticipation, and that is what's going to keep people from scrolling away from a short like this. This next Minecraft short also builds some anticipation, but it's also missing that one bit of like information that should keep me watching. However, there's a lot more action in this one, so let's play it for a little bit. You see the character kind of jumping around on what looks to be a very challenging puzzle, and then right here, something happened. It's this moment right here in the short that the creator really wants you to see. As they're falling, they draw their bow and they hit this little target. And then they manage to fall to the ground without dying. Their question to us was simply, how can they improve when they make shorts like this? Here's my advice. If you're going to do a trick shot like this, you need to slow it down at the part where you're actually doing the thing, because it looks like you draw your bow, but I almost don't see the arrow leave the bow. Maybe it's because it's not capturing at a higher frame rate or something is going on, but I'm missing the coolest part of this entire video. I do think a little bit of text at the beginning on the short itself could have been helpful, such as incredible Minecraft trick shot, or just something like that to give me an idea of what this is. Is it a parkour puzzle or what? Oh, it's a trick shot. That would tell me a lot. I would also know as the viewer that I need to be looking out for an actual shot that was taken of some kind. With shorts, it is so easy to scroll past it and keep going from short to short to short without even thinking about it. So with things like this, forgive the pun, you really can't miss. The next channel we're taking a look at is called Aubrey Angst, and they're approaching 2,000 subscribers. They sent us this video here, which is how I unlocked Caroline's tea room on day 6 in Stardew Valley. Off the bat, you'll notice it has almost 3,000 views, but what they told us in their forum response is that after about 2.2k views, it just kind of dropped off and started getting views really slow. Now, I think I understand partially why that may have happened after watching this for a little bit, but let's just check out the intro and see how this is being introduced.
Hello, I'm Aubrey, and I challenged myself to see how quickly I could befriend Caroline and make it into her tea room to unlock those lucrative tea saplings for some cheeky early game profits.
All right, so in the intro, we're introduced to the creator and we kind of jump in pretty quick. We see the character creation screen, but we're just kind of blowing past that and saying, hey, I unlocked this money-making method and it only took me 6 days. Now you can kind of go either way with this content, right? Either you can pitch it as more of a speed run because it's taking you a really short amount of time to unlock something that could make you a lot of money in the game, or you could approach it kind of as a tutorial. I would say the video is being pitched currently as a tutorial, but let's watch a little bit more to see how it actually starts to come together.
I made it to Caroline's sunroom on the morning of day 6, not even a full week in Stardew Valley. Not only that, I acquired enough sprinklers to cover 40 crops on day 7. This felt like a 1 in a million run for me, but was only my second attempt at quick Caroline befriending. I'll get into how badly my first attempt went in a bit, but without further ado, here is how I made it to Caroline's tea room on day 6. I have to admit, I have a crush philosophy for my daily dues that I will be using to reach 2 hearts or 500 points of friendship with Caroline to make it into her tea room. My first and most important daily task is to converse with Caroline.
It's at about a minute into this video where I start to realize a redundancy. The video already has a pretty strong intro, and it tells me that I'm going to get to go on this journey and learn how maybe I can also get to this point in the game in just 6 days. However, at the 1 minute mark, we start to get this list of rules that this creator is going to follow to try and actually achieve their goal. The reason I'm pointing this out is because at this point in the video, it kind of feels like I'm getting a second intro now.
Any NPC you know has a chance of posting a request on the board outside of Pierre's shop that, upon completion...
What I would have done instead is probably shorten this a little bit to try and get to this list of rules that you're going to follow throughout the challenge so that we can kind of get into the meat of the video faster. I think my expectation is after the initial intro of the video, I was going to see, okay, day 1, here's what I did. And you were just going to start taking me through it. Because this creator didn't do that, though, it kind of feels like their intro is dragging on well past the 2 minute mark. At 2 minutes and 46 seconds, you get to run number 1, which from an earlier part of the video, I know is a failed run. This chapter lasts maybe about a minute and a half, but it just goes to show that the actual video still really hasn't started yet. Run number 2 starts at about the 4 minute mark. We see the character creation screen again for the 3rd time, and then we actually get into the real gameplay, the actual run where this creator was successful and achieved their goal. For a 16.5 minute video, 4 minutes of not getting to this part of the video is kind of where I feel like things start to drop off a bit. When I say drop off, I specifically mean retention. If people didn't make it to this point, it kind of feels like you're never going to show them how to actually do the thing you said you were going to do, and they might leave. And as you know, if enough people don't make it to a far enough point in the video, YouTube stops pushing it as much. To the credit of this creator, I do think the editing of this video was very nice. I think the audio sounds awesome, and as someone who's played a lot of this game myself, I know what they're doing here is impressive. What I would have done instead is done the very brief intro where you talk about getting to this part of the game in only 6 days for the really nice profits. I then would have skipped all this stuff where you're talking about this crush method, and then you're talking about run 1 where it didn't go well, and I would have gotten to run number 2 right here, almost immediately after the intro we saw. I think including the failed run from the first time might have been a little bit interesting. Maybe you fumbled it in some kind of really hilarious way, but it takes away from the meat of the video, and that's not good based on how this video is pitched. I also think skipping the explanation of the crush method works here because it kind of comes up over and over again throughout the content. This is one of those side things that you can leave as an explanation once the video has kind of already started and the viewers have started to settle in because you're actually on the road to achieving the goal you're trying to achieve. Towards the end of the video, they get to day 7, which is where they get even more progress. And again, 1 extra day for how much progress they get is really impressive. And I think adding a bonus portion to your video is totally cool if you're going to do stuff like this. The biggest takeaway, though, from all of the videos we've just looked at is that the audience needs to be respected in terms of the time they're investing in your video, and you have to consider a new viewer's perspective when you're making this content. It honestly doesn't matter if you're doing video essays or tutorials or challenge runs. You have to make sure that once people see your title and thumbnail, when they click on the video, it feels like they're in the right place. I picked these videos today because it seems like all of the creators who submitted had a lot of effort put into not only the videos themselves, but the responses on the forums they gave us as well. They all explained in good detail why they chose the videos they chose and what they've been working on to try and improve as creators. Now I want all of them and you to do the same for your viewers. And if you want some help thinking of that next clickable idea for your videos, I'm going to recommend this video right here, where we talk to one of the biggest gaming creators on the platform about how they come up with some of their ideas and some tips they have for smaller channels that are just coming up.